Hello, friends, and welcome to the show 23. This is going to be my franchise mode experience, and I am taking over the Cincinnati Reds. This is a team that has some young talent, but overall, it's just not developed, and the potential for the future just isn't really there, in my opinion, with the current roster. Now, there is this one guy right here, Ellie de la Cruz, where he is like the best thing going for this guy, for this franchise's future, and I do want to keep him around. Of course, they have Hunter. They got Alex and Tyler Stevenson there, but overall, we all know it's Cincinnati. It's just not there. Now, this wasn't the only team I was looking at doing. It was actually very hard to decide what team I wanted to take here. Milwaukee was a consideration, but overall, I feel like they have a pretty good squad. Arizona, the D-backs were a heavier choice. I was leaning towards their very old squad though, and it's kind of a simple rebuild. You just gotta ship out the old guys, get what you can for them, and bring in the young talent, and keep any veterans that are there in their late 20s. I wanted something a little more difficult in my opinion, and so we went with Cincinnati, a weak division for sure, but they have the least amount of money to work with compared to all their rivals. And so with Cincinnati's new favorite franchise being the Bengals in the football world, I think the Reds are going to get overlooked and kind of just be mediocre to bad for a while. So we're going to try and change that. Here's the settings, by the way, that I have decided to go with. And honestly, keeping everything basic here, turn the GM contracts off. I just want to be the manager for the Reds. I don't want to have to switch or worry about losing my job or anything like that. And so that leaves us with the rosters. You guys can see it here. Again, just not, it's a very bad roster. Let's be honest. I will say one thing, it's a younger roster. I usually, when I do rebuilds, like to go for older rosters. I decided, hey, there's some young talent here. Let's mix it up. Now, this is the budget that we're looking at currently. We got 58.2 mil to work with, but I plan on getting that a little more. Cincinnati fans, you might hate me here, okay? But I'm thinking about getting rid of Joey. All right, he's got a contract for 22 million. It's just not worth it. He's an older player. We're not a win now team. We're in rebuild actually. So with full rebuild comes losing veteran players like Joey. So also, I am going to be shooting for realism as much as I can. I'm not the biggest baseball fan, so take that on ice, all right? Because I might break it and go through into the water with that realism, because I don't really know what is considered realism. I'm going to try not to cheat the CPU is what I mean. Now, you can see we upgraded the scouts. Efficiency is the best thing you want to look for there. So I moved on to now signing the players I want to keep in this rebuild, because we are in rebuild, 100% in rebuild. Now, who do I want to build around? And well, Hunter is one of those guys, so I'm glad that we got the deal done with him. And Tyler, I mean, he's 26, 81 overall, A potential. We got Diaz there, Lodolo. I've already kind of talked about Joey here. So you know what? I wanted to sign this 25-year-old Nick Lodolo. I hope I'm saying that right. To a 2-year deal. See where he grows to. Nothing too long. We'll keep him here for a little while. Maybe he's some trade asset. Speaking of trade assets, it's trade time. All right. Moving over. I've already kind of hinted at it in the video here. We're just 4 minutes in now, and it's time to get Joey out of here. We got to get rid of that $22.5 million contract. We're not going to win with that kind of contract anyways, right? We're not a win team. Let's be honest, guys. Cincinnati, let's be honest. It's time to get rid of them. And this is where I'm going to just rely on what I feel is not cheating the CPU. I'm not going to trade a first base Joey to a team that already has a better first baseman, right? And that's as much as I can get for realism, guys, because I have been out of the loop on baseball for a long time. So I'm just getting back into baseball. So bear with me. The Nationals did need a first baseman, and so that's kind of what I went off of. They also got some other trade asset, and we just got a young potential player. He's not even gonna really affect us too much right now, so I don't feel like we cheated him, but you guys let me know. I think honestly it was a pretty decent trade. Now looking at the free agents, this team is so bad that we're going to be able to actually upgrade our team right now here. Now I was looking at Reggie Richards, and this is a guy I like his contact the most, and I feel like, you know, that could help Cincy. Let's put some points on the board, get some guys on the bases, and Reggie Richards, he's 18 years old. Of course, he only had B potential. I was looking at Sergio as well. He is 75 overall, so way better overall, only a year older, but less potential. But Richards has the better contact either way. So you in this game, I really love this. Madden, you can't, you sometimes you just go for the best overall, but here you really want to dive deep into their actual stats. What are they good at? And I like Richards' contact a lot. And so we're going to go ahead and snag him up. Now, he was very slow. I'm actually seeing that now, actually post recording. So that's a little, interesting. And I was also looking at Jermaine Parks here. But overall, we're just going to pick up one free agent there in Reggie Richards. His speed and stealing, pretty slow. He's not a fast guy, but he can get on base, right? So I think he'll have an impact here. And right off the rip, he's going to get playing time. Now, the next person I wanted to go ahead and just make it clear that we are building around is Tyler Stevenson. 4-year deal. Let's see if we can get this to go through, and it does. 27.5 mil. And this list now just leaves us with the players that are on their contract year. A lot of the stuff I had to figure out, do I want to keep them? A lot of these players are getting let go. Just going to, plain and simple, man. We're in rebuild. Cincinnati, you guys, have some issues going on here for sure. But I do want to go ahead and keep the closing pitcher, Diaz. I like him. He's 26, 80 overall. I don't have to worry about closing pitcher if I keep this guy around for 4 years. And that's exactly what I want to do. And I think that's a pretty good deal. You guys let me know. So after all the moves that I did make, we now have a budget of $71.79 million. That's huge going into this next, the free agency of next year. Like, we're going to have some space to work with. And overall, you can see the players I want to build around. Stevenson, Hunter, Alex Diaz, Nick. That's the future. We'll see how the rest of the players perform. Everyone else is really on their contract year, and they need to prove themselves, and we'll see what happens, where this team really is as we get some more playing time. Now, the Reds trade block looks like this, all right? You see the positions we're seeking. I'm not expecting to get much for them, but I'm putting them there on the block just to see. They're veteran players that I feel they're gonna help now, but they're not doing much for the franchise, right? So we'll see. But going into opening day, this is what the 40-man roster will look like for your Cincinnati Reds. Now, moving over to the subs around the league, this isn't just focused on Cincinnati Reds. No. That's a basic franchise mode. I also like to throw in subscribers and follow them as well. They're my subscribers, my loyal subscribers, and watch their careers play out. And so I want to see who has made it on the MLB roster cuts. Who's getting their first debuts in the MLB? Well, Jamie Bell isn't, which is a big surprise. He's out in the AA. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I think he'll zoom up to the MLB quickly, because he's got the skill. He's only 23. Kyler Gordon, he's made it to the MLB. Also, by the way, it's never too late. If you want to submit a player, leave it down in the comments below, and you can watch your player throughout this series, and hopefully you'll have a good career. I think it's very interesting. This is something very unique that I love to bring to my series. Add you guys to get a little more involved with you guys. The Mets, you've seen Luke Adams, he's made the MLB cut, and Zach Keister, the first pitcher of subscribers to make the cut. 79. We'll have to see. He's going to be starting in the MLB right off the rip. Coming at 26, a little older. Not much speed behind that arm, but he very high stamina and high break right there. He's nasty. That's gonna be an interesting player to watch. I also have a player for myself. I made him the exact build that I am in real life, with my number, with my position that I played in high school. Oh shoot, going all the way back to Pee Wee, really. And Daniel Zimmer is on my team, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to play next to him. 84 overall, coming in 26. He's a left-handed slugger. He can knock the ball out of the park. I'm excited to see that. Now, these are the opening day matchups. As far as around the league goes, we open up for Cincinnati. We open up against Pittsburgh. And I was just looking now. We only have one starting pitcher subscriber right now, so he will be starting against his first ever game against Miami, and on April 1st here in the game. So first couple of opening games, I'm so excited to bring you guys this content. I'm so hyped for this gameplay, by the way. Here's the top prospects around the league. Funny enough, Zach Keister is not on this list. Every other subscriber, I'm pretty sure, has made it. And Keister said, screw this list. He doesn't want to be on it. He's good right now. This is about who could possibly be good. It makes sense that he's not on this list. We'll see what he does against the Marlins, and we'll get to see what Cincinnati Reds really are all about in the next episode. So I hope you guys will join me on that one. And until then.